Hey guys, it's Brent. Welcome to a brand new episode of Life 101. All the things that you should have learned in school, but you just never, ever did. Today, it's about self-sabotage. We all do it. It's something that can literally take over our lives. And a lot of times, we're doing it unconsciously. So today, we're going to discuss self-sabotage, exactly what it is, and how you can fix it. Today on Life 101. Yeah, all right, let's get started. So, self-sabotage, it is a problem in our lives. Behavior is said to be self-sabotaging when it creates problems in your everyday life, when it starts to interfere with your long-standing goals. Now, the most common self-sabotaging behavior includes procrastination, self-medication with drugs and alcohol, comfort eating, and forms of self-injury, such as cutting. Now, people aren't always aware that they're sabotaging themselves, and connecting a behavior to self-defeating consequences is no guarantee that a person is ever going to disengage from it. Still, it is possible to overcome almost any form of self-sabotage. Behavioral therapies can aid in interrupting ingrained patterns of thought and action while strengthening deliberation and self-regulation. They can also help you reconnect to your goals and your values. So first, why do people self-sabotage? I mean, we do so many things to hurt ourselves. We love the taste of poison, things that are bad for us. You know, we keep drinking that poison even though it's killing us. There are many reasons why a person may act in a way that proves damaging to his or her well-being. Some individuals, they spend their entire lives struggling with cravings, powerful cravings for drink or food, gambling or sex or other temptations that come at a painful cost to their health and to their relationships. But the forces that lead to self-sabotage can also be much more subtle, such as an accumulation of dysfunctional and distorted beliefs that lead people to underestimate their capabilities, suppress their feelings, or lash out at those around them. So I know what you're thinking. I'm a mind power expert. It's my job. You're thinking, how do I know if I'm sabotaging myself? Well, it can be difficult in the beginning to identify self-sabotaging behavior, especially because the consequences might not immediately follow the behavior. And that makes the connection unclear. So one approach is to examine whether your behaviors are aligned with your long-term goals. Listen to that again. You need to examine whether your behaviors are aligned with your long-term goals. If not, the behavior may be self-defeating. What are the different forms of self-sabotage? Well, people can stand in their own way for countless different reasons. But common types of self-sabotage include procrastination, perfectionism, relationships, work, finances, time, and change. For example, a perfectionist who wants to complete a task flawlessly may dismiss incremental improvements when making even a little progress would actually help accomplish their goal. I used to be a procrastinator, and I know a lot of people who are, and I never could figure that out. Why do I always procrastinate? Well, people procrastinate on tasks that in some way evoke anxiety or distress. Putting the task off allows people to avoid these negative emotions, even if it also prevents them from accomplishing long-term goals that would bring happiness or fulfillment. Distractions like social media or setting vague deadlines like, I'll get to that next week. Those fuel procrastination. Are you somebody who always puts yourself down? I used to do that when I was a kid, chubby little kid who would make fun of everyone else first, before they could make fun of him, and then make fun of himself too. Well, self-effacing behavior can emerge when people have trouble believing in their own abilities. It's a problem for women in particular. Extreme modesty can hinder success by derailing one's own confidence and by hindering other people's confidence in you. As research shows that self-effacing individuals are generally better liked, but they're also seen as less competent. Now, a lot of people self-sabotage relationships. That is a big problem. So why does that happen? Well, developing a deep relationship leads to vulnerability. The process can make some insecure about the potential loss of the relationship, their self-esteem, and uncomfortable feelings that surface. The desire to avoid emotional pain and protect themselves could be the reason for sabotaging a relationship. Exploring those emotions and fears in therapy can break the pattern. But again, you don't need to go to therapy. You can start searching within. You can start finding the answers yourself. And you do that by exploring the inner you. We're all hypnotized by the outer world when nothing worthwhile can ever happen until you are connected and in control of that inner world. Now, a lot of people have problems breaking the addiction, drugs, alcohol, food, whatever it is. Drinking and doing drugs allows people to escape difficult emotions. I mean, in the end, we all want to be happy inside, happy in our skin, happy with ourselves. And drugs and alcohol take away, the feelings of being inferior or of constantly stressing out. They can develop a warped perception about the habit. Like they need alcohol to be liked and to have good relationships. They're not the life of the party unless they're drinking. Even when reality demonstrates the opposite, such as drinking ruining their relationships. These distorted beliefs are ingrained in you at such a deep level. And uncovering them and bringing them to light is going to change your life in so many positive ways. So how do you stop self-sabotaging? Well, documenting and analyzing that behavior is a key part of it. First of all, when you realize you're self-sabotaging, you have won 90% of the battle, because most people go through their entire lives unaware of what's happening. People prone to self-defeating behaviors can notice when they feel stressed and write down both the source of that stress and how they responded. They can explore whether that choice encompasses any mistaken or harmful beliefs, and then they can train themselves to respond in a new, healthy way, such as by sharing feelings with others, exercising, or developing a new hobby. So in order to get to that place, you have to be able to identify your triggers. We all have them. I like to call them the stuff. It's the stuff inside when you start to feel uncomfortable, when that feeling in the pit of your stomach, you're getting close to your stuff, your triggers. Well, harmful thought patterns can occur automatically without conscious processing. Now, to uncover them, you have to try and bring more conscious awareness to your thoughts. So take note whenever you feel a distressing emotion. What were you thinking right before that? Doing this exercise regularly, every day if you can uncover your hidden self-sabotage triggers. But what about relationships? Are you one of those people? How do you stop that? Well, you have to begin by understanding your childhood relationship patterns and identifying current triggers for self-sabotaging behaviors. That would be like picking fights or blaming a partner. Are you always the victim? Is it everyone else's fault? Learn to tolerate some discomfort and respond with healthy behaviors instead. I found long ago it is so much more important to have peace than to be right. And when you let go the need to be right, the need to prove others wrong, it takes a huge weight off of your shoulders. All right. You got to communicate your habits and your progress to your partner. Of course, life 101 for relationships. You have to talk. You have to understand. You have to have compassion. You have to really listen to what your partner says. Don't be one of those people who, while they're talking, you're thinking about what you're going to say next. Actually listen, because it's going to help you avoid sabotaging future relationships for sure. What about success? This was a big thing for me. I used to self-sabotage, and my biggest area was always success. I would be, I had a TV deal several times. I would do things. I would get right to the brink of something, And then that voice in my head would kick in, telling me I wasn't good enough and I wouldn't be able to do that. And what was I thinking? And I would self-sabotage. I would say I spent several years doing that. I actually got a producer friend of mine got me an interview on David Letterman. This is back in the day on the Late Show. And I went in to do the interview with the producer and the crew, and my nerves took a hold of me in the green room. It was the weirdest thing. It was fine, but it just wasn't up to my standards. And it's just one of those things. And it was one of those moments when I realized how powerful fear was, but that fear was really everything good was on the other side of it. So I really started at that point to make huge changes about the way I allow fear in my life. And it's been amazing. It also helped me with procrastination. So, I found that it was helpful for me to start something like a task without thinking about the entire project or any kind of timeline. When you're starting out, if it's something that looks daunting, you put it off and put it off and put it off. Jumping in and just doing a little bit, like I always say, progress in the right direction, no matter how much, is success. You're successful. Just beginning at any point and accomplishing even a tiny bit. It's going to fuel your motivation. It's going to ignite that spark inside. It's going to change your perception of the project. Anticipating future behavior, planning how to respond, and eliminating distractions until a designated time, those can be very, very valuable as well. So self-sabotage is something we all deal with, but realizing that you have it and realizing that you are in control and you can fix it will change everything in your life. I promise you that. So we're going to talk a little bit more about self-sabotage this week, but we've got a lot of other great content coming for you. I'd also like to remind you, if you've not joined our Facebook group, everything happens there. We are a fantastic community of like-minded people. We're all banded together. We are empowering and supporting each other. And in turn, we are empowering and supporting ourselves. It's a never-ending cycle, and it's pretty amazing. If you'd like to join, I'm going to throw the address up there for you, and we'll get it scrolling across the bottom. There it is. It's facebook.com/groups/taylor-webb. Again, it's the Students of Self-Empowerment. We would love to have you. And if you know anybody that could use this sort of thing in their life, send them on. It is not just a group. It's not just a community. It is a movement. When you make these kind of sweeping changes in your life, your outer world changes. The people around you, they start to change. When this message gets out and starts to grow, it really is a movement, and we're really proud of it. So if you haven't joined yet, make sure you do. And if you are in there, invite your friends and family to join us as well. I'd also like to remind you, we have our brand new ebook. It is 5 Steps to the Perfect Mindset. And anything in your life, any problem you have is because of your personal mind. It plays the worst tricks on you. It gives you the worst advice, and it's having a bitchy roommate stuck inside your head with you. I'm going to show you how to get that roommate to shut up. And you got to start with your mindset. So we have a brand new ebook, 5 Steps to the Perfect Mindset. I'm giving away 100 copies. We have about 7 left. If you'd like one, just jump over to successsecrets.net. You can download your free copy. My gift to you, and I'm telling you, it will start making the changes. Stop putting off living the life that you've dreamed of. Stop putting off living your best life. Stop blaming other people. Stop blaming your past. Stop fearing your future, and live here in this moment, the now, where you can make change. In fact, it's the only place you can. So again, 5 Steps to the Perfect Mindset. You'll find it at successsecrets.net. I want to thank you for joining me today. I'm going to be back tomorrow with a brand new Life 101 episode. Until then, it's a beautiful day today. And you know why? Because you're alive and well. So every day is a beautiful day. Go out and enjoy it. Don't worry. Be happy and feel good. I'll see you tomorrow.